Jai Shri Krishna. This is Naman from the Gyan Sarovar team. Chapter 1, Shlok 8 and 9. Shlok 8. Bhavan bhishmasya karnasya kripasya samitinjaya ashwadhama vikarnasya somadattishthathaiva cha. There are personalities like yourself, Bhishma, Karna, Kripacharya, Ashwadhama, Vikarna and Bhurishava who are ever victorious in battle. Shlok 9. Anya cha bahava shura maddarte tyakta jivita nana shastra praharana sarve yuddha visharadha. There are also many other heroic warriors who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. They are all skilled in the art of warfare and equipped with various kinds of weapons. Karna. Karna was also known as Angraj, and Radheya was one of the great warriors that fought in the Mahabharata who fought on the Kaurav's side. He was born as the son of Kunti before she married Pandu, but since she was in no way capable of taking care of a child as a young princess, she put Karna in a box and sent him away on the Ganga river. Kunti had a boon that she could have a child who had divine qualities, and impulsively she asked Sun God for such a child, which makes Karna's actual father the Sun God. He was found by Adirath, the charioteer of Dhritarashtra, and Radha, who raised him with the name of Radheya. As he grew up, Adirath wanted Radheya to be the student of Guru Dronacharya, but Drona refused because Radheya was a charioteer's son and the Gurukul was only for princes and royalty. So, he was trained by Parshuram as Karna pretended he was a Brahmin to learn knowledge as well as weapons. One day, when Parshuram was sleeping, with his head on Karna's lap, a spider crawled onto Karna's leg and started biting. Despite being in pain, he didn't, so his guru wouldn't wake up. When Parshuram woke up and saw the spider, he flicked it away and he suddenly realized that Karna is not a Brahmin because only a Kshatriya could withstand that much pain. He was then cursed that he would forget all his knowledge and judgment when he needed it most. When Karna was ridiculed as a charioteer's son, Duryodhan made him king of Ang and they became friends. Karna was a skilled archer and a dominant force in battle, which was evident in the Mahabharata. Shortly before the war, Karna found out that Kunti is her mother from Krishna, and he made Krishna promise that he wouldn't tell the Pandavas that he is their eldest brother until after he was dead. Karna was known as a very generous and truthful man, which is why he was called Danveer Karna. Karna had this shield and earrings which made him immortal, and the Pandavas could never defeat him if he had these in war. So Lord Indra devised a plan to take the shield and earrings from Karna. When he is praying to the sun god, he made an oath that if anyone asks him for anything during that time, no matter what, he will give it to him. Lord Indra planned to ask for his shield and earrings during his prayers. Even though sun god warned him that he will be coming and told him to refuse his request, Karna said that if he asks, I will give it to him. However, Indra gave him a boon after and he asked for the Shakti weapon, which could kill any being instantly, but could only be used once. Karna used the divine weapon to kill Bhim's son Ghatotkach on the 14th day of the war. On the second last day of the war, Karn is appointed the commander of the army since all of Duryodhana's commanders were killed. And he, with King Shalya as his charioteer, confront Arjun with Krishna as his chariot. Shalya believes it is demeaning being a charioteer, and he and Karn bicker on the way to battle. As Karn and Arjun fight epically, Karn's chariot wheel gets stuck. He goes to fix it unarmed, and Arjun kills him. Ashwadhama. Ashwadhama was the son of Dronacharya and Krip. He was one of the 7. He then attacked the Pandav camp at night while they were sleeping, and he killed the 5 sons of the Pandavas, thinking they were the actual Pandavas. Upon learning this, Arjun and Ashwadhama duelled, and they both released their Brahmastra and Pashupatra, respectively. Worried upon the collision of the 2 weapons, the gods asked them to draw back their weapons. Arjun did so, but Ashwadhama didn't know how to draw back his weapon, so he aimed at Uttara's womb, who was pregnant with Abhimanyu's son and Arjun's grandson. He wanted to end the future of the Pandavas. Thankfully, Krishna was able to revive Abhimanyu's son. Krishna then cursed Ashwadhama after saying that he will live a life of sorrows, live in the worst state possible, praying for death until the end of time. He also took away his special gemstone. Bhishma. Bhishma, also known as Gangaputra Bhishma, was the 8th son of goddess Ganga and King Shantanu. He received the boon of being able to decide when and how to die, which is also known as Ichha Mrityu. His birth name was Devrat, but his father decided that everyone would call him Bhishma after he vowed to take care of Hastinapur for the rest of his life. He was a statesman of the Kuru Vansh, Kuru kingdom, and one of the most powerful men from the Mahabharata. Also, he was a very skilled archer, an able statesman, and a devout nationalist who had sacrificed his all for Hastinapur and the future of Bharatvarsha. He fought with the Kauravas as he had no choice because he had vowed to take care of Hastinapur forever. Kripacharya. Kripacharya, was also known as Kripa, was the 4th avatar of Lord Brahma. Also, it is important to note that he was one of the Chiranjeevis, one of the 7 immortal ones, or long-lived ones who remain on earth until the end of Kali Yuga. He was the son of Saravdhan and Janapadi and the grandson of Maharishi Gautam. When he became an adult, he became the chief priest of the court of Hastinapur. He also became the Acharya or teacher of royal children. He was one of the very few survivors from the Mahabharata. Vikarn. Vikarn was the son of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari and was a great archer and warrior. He was known to be the embodiment of a true warrior and righteousness. He is known most predominantly for being the only Kaurav who questioned the mistreatment of Draupadi during the game of dice. He is said to have been the voice of Draupadi during this time as he repeated her questions regarding her humiliation and presented it to the court. However, his efforts were not met with success as his brother Karn was quick to taunt him and reprimand him for voicing his opinions. Even though he criticized the actions of his brother Duryodhan during this time, he still fought for his brother during the war. This shows that although he did not agree with his brother, Vikarn understood his dharma, duty towards his king, making him the embodiment of righteousness. He said that defending Draupadi was my duty then, and this, fighting for Duryodhan, is my duty now. His role as a man of dharma was also recognized by Bhim, who, despite having promised to kill all 100 Kauravas, was apprehensive to kill Vikarn. Though Vikarn convinced him to fight, as he understood that it was Bhim's dharma to fight for his king and vice versa. When Bhim killed Vikarn, he said, "Alas, Vikarn, you were just and knew what dharma was. You fought in loyal obedience to the call of duty. Indeed, this battle is a curse upon us where men like you have had to be slaughtered." Bhurishravash. He was the prince of the kingdom of Bhalika and the grandson of King Bhalika, Shantanu's older brother. He was one of the 11 commanders of the Kaurav army and is known for engaging in a fight with Satyaki. When Satyaki had almost succumbed to Bhurishravash, Arjun arrived just in time to rescue Satyaki by striking Bhurishravash with his arrow and cutting his arm. At this, Bhurishravash was furious and argued that his Arjun had attacked him from behind, that this was a violation of the rules, honors of war. At this time, Arjun argues that Bhurishravash had done the same by attacking an unarmed Satyaki. The mental state of Duryodhan. In these shlokas, the mental of Duryodhan is a very interesting one. As the armies on both sides take formation and are ready for battle, Duryodhan suddenly starts to become worrisome that his army won't be able to defeat the Pandavas' army. His overconfidence and treachery to the Pandavas for many years before, and the belief that he could defeat the Pandavas had caught up to him. In a desperate move to encourage his troops, he tries to rile up his commanders by pointing out the warriors on the other army that would anger Dronacharya. For example, Duryodhan pointed out Drupad to Drona, which angered him because of his checkered past with him. He also shows his ahankar, ego, by pointing out that the other skilled warriors would be ready to give up their lives for him. This shows that even though he is scared, his ego still hasn't left him. Different weapons and skills of famous warriors. Krishna used the Sudarshan Chakra. The Sudarshan Chakra has 108 edges and was used by Lord Vishnu during his Krishna avatar. Arjun was mainly skilled in Dhanurvidya. He had a lot of bows but was most famous for his Gandiv bow. Bhim had a gada, which is a mallet-like weapon made of wood or metal. Yudhishthira had a spear, which is a weapon with a long wood shaft and a metal tip. Nakul had a special sword. The sword had a metal tip with a curved metal sharp blade. Sahadev had an axe, which is the weapon he was exceptionally skilled in using. Duryodhan also had a gada, just like Bhim. Next, Chapter 1, Shlok 8 and 9, Explanation, coming up May 12, 2021. Please ask any questions you may have about this content. We encourage everybody to ask at least one question so that we can all discuss from the questions and ultimately learn from them. Please check the description below for the link to the Google form to ask any questions. Our website is here now. Check the description below the video for the link, gyansarovar.life. And also, please make sure to sign up for the mailing list to get any important updates or information regarding this. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel.